The opportunities to do arbitrary power. Oh. Let's see. Another window for that. Yeah, maybe. What is this? I think we need that. Let me pull up. Definition of arbitrary power. Arbitrary power is the authority to act Well, I should have had some ice before I came on live. Nose itch. Hello. How are you doing? What's up, DJ Price? Is it Price? I'm gonna say DJ Prince. DJ Price. What's up? Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you. What is what for? I got some rest today. I feel awesome. How y'all doing? I needed to wax Western waxation today. I hate looking at it from my phone. I ain't lying. It is so small. And it's not like I can make it bigger. Hello, how are y'all doing? I hope y'all doing well. Thank you for the like, share, subscribe, hype the channel up, please, and thank you. Whenever you guys get a chance. Okay, I did it. Okay, now I can see. Hope everyone is well wherever you may be. And just know that we are getting through this together, wherever we are. Nobody's behind me. You said what was that? Was that behind me? crescent moons. There are crescent moons. See? So we're going to be talking about a few different things. I came across the video. I'm going to share with you guys. And the name of that video, give me 1 second. I just so happened to let it play, and of course, it's God's timing is always the best. It had a lot of information. I just posted a short as well, making my ear ring like that. Hello, how you doing? Somebody just stepped in here with some good energy. All right, I feel it. Hello. Hope all is well with y'all. What in the world did they just do? Crazy. Not Google crazy. Oh yeah, okay. Well, I'll go to my channel. Oh no, it's over here. Y'all, I get confused between the laptop and computer. I'm like, where is everything at? Thank you for the hearts. Hello. Let's see. Where is the history? Because I'm about to look it up so you guys can go watch it. You can also click in the short, and the link to the video is in the short itself. It talks about Hollywood, Griffin Park, and what the Griffin symbolism is that has to do with the pretty much the oligarchy and the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers and all of their secret societies, so on and so forth, right? And how Holly itself means hell or cave. And something's supposed to come out of that in LA. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. It says the secrets between, oh, it does not. Hold on. I have to open it up so I can see. The secrets between Freemasons and the Balayage, Boule. So they have secret societies, societies within societies, and how they do. Like I said, court systems. Thank you guys for the like, shares, and subscribes. These court systems, these other things, in Hollywood and acting and the music industry and how it's all interconnected and how they do this, how child trafficking, adult trafficking, sex trafficking, and the porn industry is all connected. Unfortunately, and why LA is having so many earthquakes and so many things. This is something to look out for wherever Griffin Park is. Let me see if I can see. I'm pretty sure I can see, but I'm going to look it up and see where it is located in LA area. Let me see. Where is Griffin Park located in LA around the Hollywood sign? Because apparently it's around the Hollywood sign. Oh, first thing I see is Santa Monica. I've been to Santa Monica many and plenty of times myself. I actually love to go to the beach. I miss the beach so much. It says Griffith Park is a massive urban park in Los Angeles, nestled at the eastern end of Santa Monica Mountains. Hold on, because I'm about to start getting on it already.
Griffith Park, Law's greatest gift, the Los Angeles Lowdown. Griffith Park is a massive urban park in Los Angeles, nestled at the eastern end of the Santa Monica Mountains, with the iconic Hollywood sign located on its slopes, Mount Lee, and the famous Griffith Observatory situated on the southern slope of Mount Hollywood, offering prime views of the sign and the city. The park sits above neighborhoods like Los Feliz and Hollywood, providing trails, attractions like the zoo and Autry Museum, and access to see the sign up close via hiking paths. View related link.
You know what's crazy? I've never been up there, actually. Uh, that's crazy. I've never been up there. And I like mountain trails.
Key locations within Griffith Park. Hollywood sign, on Mount Lee, within the park's boundaries. Griffith Observatory, on Mount Hollywood's southern slope, a prime viewing spot for the sign. Los Feliz, the neighborhood adjacent to the park's eastern side. View related links. Ads.
Okay. So I wonder. Hold on. Visit view. I'm surprised I have never been to Griffin Park. I really am surprised. I'm sorry. I don't want to see the Hollywood sign. I just want to see park. I want to see the inside. Only does it show you pictures of the inside. Sometimes it does, but since it's a museum, I guess they say no. You have to come and pay to see this. There's a reason why they have all that done in California. But they really started down south and then moved that way. Because you have to remember back in slavery, they ran from the south to go up to California to be free because they didn't want to stop the enslavement of people, other indigenous people. So Holly means hill or cave in German. Trump's grandfather is German. That makes him German as well. And with all this oligarchy and people finding out about um, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, and remember, one of the Rothschilds just died earlier this year. Yeah, it was earlier this year when they found all those tunnels under the Hollywood Hills. Yeah, by no coincidence did the stuff catch on fire. So, in the last time I think I went live, I was asking about Trump's clone, whatever you want to call it, in the the Arctic wall, the up in Alaska or whatever. So we're gonna see what comes out. But if you guys go watch that video that I was talking about, with this guy, what is it? There? It says the secrets between the Freemasons and the Blouge, the whatever, BOULE. Go watch that video. Who is it by? Hold on. Let me tell you the YouTube channel. Black Educational Network, and it has the Eye of Horus on there. So go watch the video. It's a really good video. And actually, if anybody wants to, this will be a third topic of discussion to do a possible win some money whenever we get to that point. So make a note of it, and if somebody brings it up or whatnot, we can definitely go live together and you guys be able to win some money that way by doing research and studies and seeing what you find out. And how they're doing this is controlling everything as they do with hiding the truth and giving bare minimum education, giving the education that pretty much it's only a education of being in. It has nothing to do with you learning who you are. Is the problem, because that's what we actually came here for, was to learn who we are and what is our purpose in life, and to create healing, things of that nature, as opposed to fighting and killing and other things amongst each other that you know should have never happened. But as we're learning, we are evolving, right? What am I doing? Save. Let me save it to watch later. Hopefully it won't take me forever to find it. So when it's time to go live, matter of fact, I'm gonna write it down so I'll know what video to go over. Freemasons and balayage. That's how you pronounce that, balayage. YouTube channel, Black Education. No. Network. And he actually did this in LA. So he was actually doing a seminar, or whatever you want to call it, in LA. Yeah. So that's that. We have to go over that. I'm going to pull some cards. It's ridiculous. And see what comes out. Not necessarily a bad thing. Oh, we're going to go over the astrological placements as well. I already got them pulled up. Hold on. That and spiritual meaning of purple yam. Where is it at? Saturn, Neptune, Uranus, Pluto, and Chiron are retrograde. Ooh. Yeah. Prompting deep reflection in life, structures, dream, rebellion, transformation, and healing. So, things that we should be working on. And if you haven't been working on it, you're going to have a hard time right now as far as learning who you are, having healthy and safe boundaries, healing old wounds, people you need to let go of, people, places, because on the energetic level, all people, places, and things can be used against us for us, either or. So we just have to, ask that the things that are not meant for us to be removed. And at times, that is a party thing to deal with. It gets emotional. I've dealt with it. It's gotten easier, but it's always an emotional pull as to dealing with that because sometimes you won't know what to look for, but it can be some of the simplest things to trigger you or set you to angel number. Look that up to you know help you to realize different things that you are triggered by. Will help you realize where you need healing at and what was the memory tied to the trigger of the story that you told yourself at that time, and ultimately using your inner child to go back to that memory and saying it's okay, like I'm going to be here for you now, I'm here to protect you, it's okay to heal, it's okay to change, you're not going to be hurt like that again. So it's ultimately as well building self-security and self-love and healing for yourself instead of looking for it externally, and knowing building up healthy boundaries that you're not going to let somebody just come into your life and step all over your boundaries and hurt your inner child again, because that's ultimately how, you can get re-triggered is by the memory of a bad experience. They call it PTSD, you know, we call it many, a plenty of different things. The, okay, I'm like, is that a light? Look, go somewhere. So astrological. Oh shit. Let's not do that either. Let's see. Sagittarius season. Astrology, we are deeper in Sagittarius season with the sun and the moon highlighting them themes of expansion, belief, and freedom, whilst several outer planets like Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto are retrograde, calling for eternal view on authority, change, and power. Facts. Hence the title. I felt that deeply. Glad to be with the energy. And Pluto are retrograde. Oh, I just read that. For authority, change, and power. All building towers a busy astrology year with lunar node and major planetary sign change. Jupiter in Cancer, Saturn in Aries as a polar, prelude to bigger shifts. We'll say that is facts. Bigger shifts, changes. Jupiter. Wait, shift like the age of Aquarius. Here's a breakdown of key transits, major themes. Let's see.
Major themes and planets. Sagittarius season. Sun is in Sagittarius, emphasizing growth, philosophy, travel, and truth-seeking. Retrogrades. Saturn, Neptune, Uranus, Pluto, and Chiron are retrograde, prompting deep reflection on life structures, dreams, rebellion, transformation, and healing. Lunar nodes. The lunar nodes, points of destiny, karma, are shifting, influencing eclipses and major themes for the year. View related links. Specific daily influences, example from late 2025.
Oh my God.
The moon makes dynamic aspects, trines, quincunxes, conjunctions, squares, to Chiron, Jupiter, Venus, and day of emotional shifts, potential luck, trine to Jupiter, relationship focus, conjunct Venus, and challenges, square Saturn. View related links. How to use this information. Check your natal chart. See how these transits interact with your personal birth chart for deeper meaning. Current planetary positions, Jessica Adams, Psychic.
Then it jumps over there. Hello. My ear just started ringing. Calm your energy, please. Ooh, Jesus. That was not good energy.
As of December 16, 2025, the following major astrological transits and planetary positions are in effect. Sun and inner planets. View related links. Sun in Sagittarius. The Sun is currently moving through Sagittarius at approximately 24 degrees to 25 degrees, highlighting themes of expansion, truth-seeking, and optimism. Venus in Sagittarius. Venus is in Sagittarius, fostering a desire for freedom and adventure in relationships. It is scheduled to enter Capricorn on December 24, 2025. Mercury in Sagittarius. Mercury is currently transiting Sagittarius, influencing communication to be more direct and philosophical. View related links. Planets in retrograde. Several outer planets are currently in retrograde, a period often associated with introspection and re-evaluating long-term goals. View related links. Jupiter retrograde in Cancer. Jupiter is moving backward through Cancer, encouraging internal reflection on home, family, and emotional security. Uranus retrograde in Taurus. Uranus continues its slow retrograde through Taurus, focusing on internal changes related to stability and values. Ask anything. More input options. Microphone.
How you just gonna skip over that? Like I didn't see that.
Outer planets and major placements. Mars in Capricorn. Mars is currently in Capricorn, providing a disciplined and ambitious energy for tackling long-term projects. Saturn in Pisces. Saturn is transiting Pisces, bringing structure and lessons to spiritual and emotional realms. Pluto in Aquarius. Pluto has recently established its long-term stay in Aquarius, signaling a multi-decade era of societal and technological transformation. Neptune in Pisces. Neptune is in its home sign of Pisces, heightening intuition and collective dreaming. View related links. Lunar nodes. Ask anything. More input options.
Lunar nodes.
Nodes. North node in Pisces, South node in Virgo. The lunar nodes are currently transiting the Pisces-Virgo axis, shifting the collective focus towards spiritual surrender and letting go of obsessivism. View related links.
In Pisces and Virgo, are supposed to be like the earth and water, the two that go together, right? So this would be a more conducive time to be able to communicate things, like I say, from the spiritual to the physical, and understanding these concepts easier. Thank you guys for the likes, shares, and subscribes. Hype the channel up if you can. When you can, please, thank you. So that is a awesome thing. This is, we are in, let's see, let's go over this one as well so we can understand these things in more depth and see what comes out in cards. As to healing the inner child.
What are the implications of Pluto's transit in Aquarius? Pluto's transit through Aquarius, which began in early 2023 and will continue until, marks a significant 20-year shift from the hierarchical structures of Capricorn to the collective, innovative energy of Aquarius. This transit is historically associated with people power and radical societal resets, similar to the periods of the American and French revolutions. Societal and collective implications. Expect massive advancements in biotechnology and space exploration. The transit will likely challenge big tech's influence, raising critical questions about data privacy and the ethical use of algorithms. The move away from top-down authority toward horizontal, grassroots, and community-based structures. This may manifest as a challenge to established institutions like monarchies or large corporate monopolies. Issues of social justice, equality, and civil rights are expected to reach a flashpoint, with increased collective activism aimed at creating a more equitable society. The transit pushes us to redefine what it means to be human in an increasingly digital world, potentially blurring the lines between biology and technology through human augmentation. Ask anything.
I'm tired of you skipping over stuff.
Personal implications by house. The impact of this transit depends on which house Aquarius occupies in your birth chart. View related links. First house, Aquarius rising, a complete metamorphosis of identity and appearance. You are challenged to step into your authentic power. Second house, Capricorn rising, radical transformation of finances, values, and how you earn a living. Seventh house, Leo rising, intense shifts in one-on-one relationships. Toxic bonds may be purged to make room for deeper, soulful connections. 10th house, Taurus rising, significant career changes and a drive to achieve a unique professional legacy. 11th house, Aries rising, an upgrade of your social circle and long-term aspirations, often shifting focus toward humanitarian goals. View related links. Ask anything. More input options.
Interesting. It didn't go over Cancer. It didn't go over Virgo. It didn't go over Libra or Sagittarius rising. First house, so I guess that's what it's affecting mostly in those transits right now at this time. Wait, house, okay.
Potential shadow aspects. Digital alienation, a risk of social isolation as virtual interactions replace physical ones. Groupthink. While Aquarius promotes community, the shadow side can lead to fanatical groupthink, or the outcasting of those who disagree with the collective. Power struggles. As old systems are dismantled, expect intense conflicts between those clinging to traditional power and those demanding change. Share. Positive feedback, negative feedback.
I think that's hilarious because I kept hearing like when I was waking up today, popular. I wanna be popular. If y'all don't know that is a song, you can look it up. A Sunday song for high school in choir, and that is ultimately hilarious. So social structures, people that want to be popular, but doing it for all the wrong reasons, for all the fictitious. Oh, freshman in high school, we're gonna put you in a dumpster type. Um, uh, you name it, every stereotypical projection they have put on families, friends, social interactions, corny lies, all lies, putting us in competition with each other when we should only be in competition with ourselves. That is also the educational structure as well. You think about it, who wins awards? Boy, look, this used to agitate my soul for real. Who wins award? Who doesn't win awards? Who gets this grade? Who gets that grade? Instead of it's all to filter out who's going to best work in their machinery, as opposed to who will be like in the Aquarius energy, rebellion against it. Why? Because it's not fair. It's not fair, and it's not just for everybody. And I just laugh because I'm like, think about the social structure and how me, for instance, I don't read that well all the time, right? I have a computer to help me. I don't have that everywhere I go, and I'm not handicapped enough, disabled enough to get assistance, and apparently so not to fit into people's stereotypical thoughts of somebody fitting in, which I really don't give a fuck, right? Don't care. So, um, I respect people for who and what they are and where they at, but I don't get the same in return. So it's a somebody is either getting left out or left behind, and or just things are typically not fair all across the board. The problem, and it's not a self-education thing. This has to do with emotional balance. um, of course, what they work against on everybody is, for instance, the fog that just happened. I got a sinus infection. Thank God, my immune system is not crap, or it would have been worse. From that fog, and that fog been everywhere, all over the United States, last week. So it's been, you know, the things that they do and cause on purpose, and the reasonings of why they don't want to focus on that and actually give us the proper nutrition in which to be able to develop, you know, as we are, was one of their structures as to break us down to be beneath them. But a lot of us still got the information because emotional intelligence actually trumps that of what they say. Oh, empathy is empathy is will somehow devour and destroy your internal soul, and it does the complete opposite. It's a total self-fulfillment and self, admirational and self-fulfilling type of thing that you don't lack of, that people that have a lot of money, they are completely in lack of. And that's why a lot of them end up being really in poor health, heart problems, holding grudges, and the Grinch, you know, or the the Scrooge. What do they call it? The Almost said the Nightmare Before Christmas. The what do they call that? Y'all let me know. The dude that seen the people from Christmas past. Then you see these people go through these type of structural changes, and this is what these transits are talking about and explaining that whatever you have been working on or whatever you have not been working on, they're smart in some fields and they are lacking there in other fields. But the ultimate field is God's language. So, regardless of the fact of being rooted in God's language, is going to be upheld ultimately overall. And it's not going to matter what they want to be upheld. It ultimately only matters what God's language of love and empathy is going to be upheld. Is not going to be, heartless and ruthless and demeaning and competition and, those type of things, right? It's going to be, everybody's going to be rewarded with where they graduated at. And that is goal, life goals, right? But they don't teach us those life goals. So they use that against you, and ultimately the destruction of yourself and what you would do to get to where you got to go, right? And a lot of people, and this is being seen on social media right now, um, are using dynamics and psychological warfare of their own way of getting popular, being popular, and focusing on not being in competition with others ultimately, giving people credibility where credibility is due, and or doing just that, and it's not always said very tastefully. And a lot of things are tribal, which a lot of these oligarchies don't understand, could not ever understand. But we have to understand their disposition and their heart posture in places. They don't care. They ultimately don't care. So whether you be on one side or the other, it doesn't matter to them. They're them. So no matter what nationality and what you look like, you're not even a part of their circle. And they don't care about going to hell or staying in their own personal hell. They don't care about that. They definitely don't care about where you're going, obviously, because that is the whole soul entrapment. So we're focused on actually healing us so they can't hold that against us. It's an energetic pull. If they feel that they can put you on blast or, expose your most softest parts and you crumble and falter away with that, their job is done. And if you can't come back from that emotionally, their job is ultimately done. And of course, they give us, you know, not even bare minimum of self healing methods in order to do so. The ones that are most closest to God are the ones that are able to, you know, give these self instructions and structures to help us eternally to be pretty much immortal and be unsusceptible to the systems that were created. Okay? So emotional intelligence is of the first intelligence. And if you lack emotional intelligence, then you are lost. And the whole purpose of this is for people to gain their souls back, and hopefully they will learn how to do just that without Ten of Swords in. Everybody. Five of Cups. In the Tower in strength. They're going to need a lot of strength, ultimately. And a lot of the reason why they don't want to be exposed or about what they've done is because they just simply don't want to be responsible. And not being responsible for what you've done doesn't make it go away. That's the last thing they want to do. So, the world in the whole world loves you in here. That's the yes. So ultimately, them using your weaknesses against you is their ultimate power. Like your Achilles heels, right? Hello, hi, how are you doing? So, like your Achilles heel, you need to make that one of the most strongest parts and bits about you. Um, in any and every way. Yeah, death. Make that the strongest parts about you. Your weakest part, what you feel, what you think, what you expose it. Take accountability for it. Work on it. Scorpio. What is this transit Scorpio? We didn't too much talk about Scorpio. So let me see. What transit is Scorpio in? Because that Scorpio is talking about death and rebirth. Scorpio, what he said, is not in not a transit, but the planet transit is helping beginning specific energies. Current mid December 2025. The sun is transiting in Scorpio approximately November 16th. To December 16th, bringing intensity, transformation, and deep emotional focus. Facts. See? With other planets like Mars and Mercury, also active in Scorpio. Mercury also active in Scorpio. So Mercury is in retrograde. Creating a powerful period of for investigations and inner healing and personal growth. Yeah, across the zodiac notes. Yeah, and that's what I was. See, I love it. I love it. Working hard on that emotional growth, healing that inner child. That's what the hell I'm talking about. And for those people bullying, they're gonna get what they deserve. Yeah, message. Message with the Page of Swords and the Ace of Swords, and that's the truth. Um, the Sun in Scorpio from November. See, and that equates to 7. What does it equate to all together? 12, 16. Y'all, my brain hurts. 12, 16. Hold on. What does it equate? Like I'm seeing here. So 11, 12, 11. Wait, no, 12, 16. 12, 6. 20, 28. 25, 25, 6, 7, 8, 9, 37, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, that's completion. So that makes sense. For that to be a completion transit moving from November 16th to December 16th. We're going to take 6. Page of Cups. Ace of Pentacles. Oh, interesting. Mercury in Scorpio, October to December 11th, 2025, including retrograde, deepens communication, research, and understanding of hiding truth. No, yeah. In distant times and omens. Moon omens. Okay. Mars. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got one more. Mars in Scorpio. Late 2025, early 2026. In intensify action, drive, and passion, requiring disciplined efforts. According to sometimes, okay, Venus in Scorpio, late November, December 2025, brings deep connections, transformative relationships, and intensity of love and finances states in what? Whoa, that shit just flipped over altogether. Really, y'all? Page of Pentacles. These children, I'm telling you, Three of Pentacles. This world, y'all know that the world has to become safer in order for high vibrational beings to come back in. Like, that's why they don't want this world to be come into balance. So this came out for the 6th card. I'm gonna take it. Page of Pentacles. And remember, I did just see the Page of Cups. We already have the Page of Swords out here. Three of Pentacles. 5. The Hierophant with the High Priestess. And there is Pisces energy with the Lovers, Gemini. Now working together. Rules have changed in the way people will work together. Despite of what they're doing, people are not, how do you say, going with the agenda. And that is important. Giving the keys to the streets. Those keys. Remember in the devil card. I don't have the devil card for this deck, but opposite, opposing would be the devil card. That's why the devil card is gone. Okay, in the devil card, it shows them in bondage, in chains. Y'all go look it up. And this Hierophant is like giving you the keys to the streets, giving you emotional intelligence. You have the free will to do so. This is a real thing. So, working together in this is supposed to, working against each other and self-love to yourself and having compassion and empathy towards another. Bringing balance for lovers. Gemini, this is a Gemini card. And communication. High Priestess, the Pisces, respecting your boundaries. Yeah, healing the inner child. This is a lot. Okay, let's see how we're going to do this. This came out for the 6th card. Let's see what the heck I'm about to do. Is it? Oh, honey. Oh my God. No. Um. So, okay, put these up. Oh, at the bottom of the car, yeah, somebody's having the tower in the skin name. Yeah, you can't feel like the Dark Knight of the Soul can be have you in between worlds, have you very confused, just touch grass, hug a tree, make you feel lovely. What in the world? Come on here, no foolishness. Come out here with no foolishness now. Oh, Jesus. And I said I need to be caressed. Thai. I need a Thai massage. Thai Swedish effleurage. Deep tissue sports massage. Stretch. Bend. Bend them. Oh my goodness. He's trying to hide for High Priestess, Ace of Swords, the Moon, and what? And the Ace of Wands. Interesting. These are trying to slide up under the computer. Fire and air. Shit moving. There is shaking. And there is shit going on. Shit being exposed. Wearing show. Put some rice in that shit. Boy, look at that purple too. I don't care. That's what I gotta go get. I know I gotta remember that. I gotta get it in the whole grain. Let's see. Death. Can we confirm the death card, Scorpio? Ooh. Death to old things. Oh, death to backstabbing, betrayal, Wheel of Fortune. Shit. These came out together for Scorpio. This was the first one to fall out, and then this one. Death to backstabbing, betrayal. Or however you cut your life to be, that's what you're going to have a death to. So just be careful. Be mindful. Page of Swords. They're coming out in twos. Oh, damn. This is three. Balance. Page of Swords. This is confirmation for the Page of Swords. Six of Pentacles, which means equal give and take. Balance. Justice. Ace of Cups. Six of Pentacles. Justice. And the Ace of Cups. 2 and 3 and 3 and 2 and 2 and 3 and 4. Y'all giving me a lot of cards today. Okay, thank you. Make it easier on me though, actually. Ace of Swords confirmed for the Ace of Swords, please and thank you. Moving forward. Yeah, it came back out the Ace of Wands confirming the Ace of Swords. Ace of Wands. Ace of Swords. Ace of Wands. This is Alakazoo, Alakazam. I was just humming a song. I don't even remember what it was. Chariot, please. Confirm the Chariot. Confirm the Chariot. It's crazy as fuck. It's just been some mean girl activity. I don't understand it, but mean girls gonna get deal with. Jesus. That bullying energy is not it. Look at this. Look at this. The High Priestess confirming the Chariot card. The High Priestess, that's water on water on water on water. And Temperance and Sagittarius energy right here. Oh, this is a King of Swords. And like I said, this can also be familiar with masculine energy or masculine, I'm saying, healthy boundaries, honoring the boundaries, moving forward, and honoring their truth. Can I get a confirmation for the Ace of Pentacles? The Fool, taking a leap of faith, getting that coin in the right and proper way. A whole new world, taking a leap of faith. Aries energy. The Sixth Spiral, the Page of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, the Hierophant, the High Priestess, and the Lovers, please. The Page of Swords. I mean, the Page of Wands, all the pages have came out. Page of Swords, Page of Wands now. The Page of Cups, I've seen it earlier. Page of Swords, Page of Cups, Page of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles. Where's the Page of Pentacles? Oh, Page of Pentacles right there. Confirming. Earth and Fire. Queen of Pentacles at the bottom. Ace of Wands at the top of the deck. That's crazy. Page of Swords. Moving on. Protective masculine energy. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay. Protective masculine energy. Ooh, the Wheel of Fortune. Temperance. The Lovers. The Emperor. Eight of Swords. Strength. Seeing strength earlier. Good question. I don't know yet because I gotta get my own. Is that the Sun and the Eight of Swords? They did not want it. They didn't want to shuffle. That's crazy. Wheel of Fortune in the Sun. Here comes the sun. This could be a spiritual baby too. Shit. Archangel Michael. Oh yes, Archangel Michael. For sure. Thank you. Thank you. Archangel. Thank you for coming through with me, God. Thank you for your love, your protection, your patience, your honesty, your forgiveness, and our forgiveness to you for us going through all of what we went through, but still making it through and not giving up. Thank you so much. And we're able to go. Wheel of Fortune, Queen of Swords, Ten of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, confirming the Wheel of Fortune. This is what's going to be on the other side now of this life, new world. Six of Pentacles, Justice, and the Ace of Cups. Cups. The Hermit card and the Four of Pentacles, holding on. The Hermit card, holding on to your peace, holding on to your peace is your power, your stability. Foundation. Keeping your foundation stable. Ace of Swords, King of Wands. King of Wands. Action. This would be somebody taking action. Truth in action. Oh, shit. Let's see. The Ace of Swords. Confirming the King of Wands. With Six of Cups. This can be like from the past. With the Ace of Pentacles. Oh, I knew something. The Sun is in Venus are the Sun and Venus are in Scorpio. Oh. December 25. Okay, moving on. The Chariot, the High Priestess, Temperance, and the the King of Swords, the Eight of Swords. Ain't this Achilles? No, no, no. Self-imprisonment, isn't it? Isn't it? Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords in Tarot. Self-imprisonment. Sagittarius, Pisces, Cancer, King of Swords, and self-imprisonment. He will do some strange things are happening to me. Look at this, the fucking Chariot moving forward. This could be the police too. I was getting self-imprisonment, but I was like, wait, is it self-imprisonment or is that? I can't sleep, but I think it's a Nine of Swords. Confirmed by the Cancer card. Oh my God. That's the Fool, the Ace of Pentacles with the Fool and the Chariot. So boss energy. Moving forward. Being in your element and moving forward. What do you want to do? What business? Oh, I got it too. Ace of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, Hierophant, High Priestess, the Lovers, and the Page of Swords. Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck. What's at the top of the deck? Queen of Wands. Ace of Wands, Queen of Wands. What's the confirmation for this last row? Please and thank you. Fucking Judgment. Judgment. This took a whole lot of work. Yeah, there goes the Four of Wands foundation. Stable foundation for sure. Two Wands looking forward to a firm foundation, stable foundation, keeping your foundation. Wheel of Fortune. This is the contract. I knew I was going to see the devil card because I just seen the devil card. Mind's eye. Let's see. First file, please. Uranus, Spark of Genius. This is in retrograde now. Spark of Genius and Ascension and Luck. Second pile, please. Six of Pentacles, Balance, Page of Swords, Justice, Ace of Cups, Hermit, and the Four of Pentacles. Conjunction, becoming whole again. Balancing out your masculine and feminine. Justice. This is justice. This is a hard justice, really, for us to be able to balance out our feminine. My lips itchy. Honor your emotions. Honor your boundaries. The 1, 2, and the 3 again to confirm. Yeah, I'm telling you. Cancer and Pisces. Oh, can I get a stretch? Third file, please, and thank you. Confirmation. Mary Magdalene, Divine and Royal Goddess. Ace of Swords, King of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, Six of Cups. Taking your rightful place. Your own crown. Your own crown. Your own crown. Your own crown. You know. She said. I need you to go now. I can fix my own crown. Back up on my bullshit. Act on the scene. I hate acting foolish. Look on 17. It's on my new look. Don't need gasoline. It's useless. Back up on my pile 4, please. And thank you. Venus. Chariot, High Priestess, Temperance, King of Swords, Eight of Swords, and Venus. love and abundance. In other people's jacked up perspective of you, yes. Yes. Their self imprisonment until they get it right, get it right, get it right, get it tight. Mercury retrograde, yeah, communication and truth. Yes. Nose of the moon, really release, cleanse, and align. Ooh, you deserve balance. With the Ace of Pentacles, the Fool, and the Chariot. You deserve balance. Justice, Wheel of Fortune, Temperance. In the last pile, please. Ooh, I almost want to sneeze. Get over here. Master Manifester, Judgment. Confirming the Page of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, the Hierophant, the High Priestess, the Lovers card, and the Page of Wands, and the Judgment card, Master Manifester. What you manifest is what you will get. So, if you feel thrown off your pivot, oh, death and rebirth. The Phoenix, for sure. Death and rebirth. Oh, magic, imagination, and illusion. Neptune, death and rebirth, and Mercury. Mercury retrograde. I probably did look that place up and just never went. So that's it, y'all, for this session. You guys have your assignment that you can do. Look back at this video for the months of November and December. We have 3 assignments so far. This will be the 3rd assignment. And when we get fundings going, then, you know what I'm saying, we will do some polling on who does the research on those 3 topics, and they'll get their prize. It's not a competition. It's who's going to get picked. It's going to be who does their research. They're going to be able to talk about it and describe what they think, how they feel about it, and whatever, whatnot. And then they're going to get their fundings. All right. I love you guys. Love yourself first, and always. Give yourself that self-love, self-care. We have been going through the choking chest around this piece. Okay, and continue to love yourself and give yourself gratitude and peace and appreciation. Give yourself some love for real. Take it out. Take time out for yourself and give that to you. Because if you don't, nobody else will. And make sure you teach your children to do the same thing for them. Make a schedule. Put it on the agenda. Put it in your phone, hell, in your notes. Ask them what do they want. What do they want to do on their me time? What do they want to do on after homework? Or, you know, help them do their own self-fulfilling admirations, what to aspire to for themselves, by themselves, to themselves, you know. teach them how not to look outside of them towards other people for validation that is so important and justifiable, so that they don't become, victims of circumstances or victims of mistreatment. We want to get out of this Stockholm syndrome energy and misleading of what wait, what self disillusion, right? Oh, wait, that other thing. Yep, hold on, I forgot.
Arbitrary power is the authority to act on one's own whim, without being guided or constrained by laws, consistent rules, or the interests of those subject to it, often leading to unfair or control where the wielder is law unto themselves. It signifies a lack of accountability and freedom for the ruled, as their fate depends on the mere pleasure or discretion of the powerful, unlike power that is checked by legal or shared principles, say the Law Dictionary and Taylor and Francis online. View related links. Key characteristics. Unconstrained, not bound by external rules or shared goals. Uncontrolled, the subjects cannot contest or control the powerholder's actions. Discretionary, decisions are based on the holder's personal will, not a system. Subjective, driven by the mere pleasure or whim of the wielder, not impartial principles. View related links. Examples. A mugger with a gun in an alley, where resistance isn't viable, has arbitrary power over their victim, according to Taylor and Francis online. An absolute monarch who can decree anything without legal limits, notes the Library of Economics and Liberty. View related links. Contrast with rule of law. Founding principles emphasize preventing arbitrary power by creating a government of laws, and not of men, where power is limited and predictable, say RH Defense and Public Discourse. View related links.
We're going to dive a little bit deeper.
Definition of arbitrary power. Arbitrary power is the authority to act according to one's own will or discretion, unrestricted by fixed rules, laws, or established standards. In legal and political theory, it is often characterized by decision-making based on personal whim, impulse, or prejudice rather than reason or justice. View related links. Key dimensions of arbitrary power. The definition varies slightly depending on the field of study. Political and Republican theory. Arbitrary power is often equated with hollow bullet. Procedural view. Power is arbitrary if it is not reliably constrained by effective rules or procedures, regardless of the outcome. Hollow bullet. Substantive view. Power is arbitrary if it is not forced to track the interests or welfare of those subject to it. Hollow bullet. Control view. Power is arbitrary if those subject to it lack effective control over how it is exercised. Legal definition. Acts that are arbitrary and capricious are those done without consideration of facts or law. In a court setting, it refers to a judge's ruling based on individual discretion rather than a fair application of the law. Ask anything. More input options.
Oh, can you skip the whole section? But I just wanted to point out how Donald Trump say he did not know that tariffs would affect everybody the way that it did. Not knowing the facts. Let's go back.
Legal definition. Acts that are arbitrary and capricious are those done without consideration of facts or law.
Facts
in a court setting,
law.
it refers to a judge's ruling based on individual discretion rather than a fair application of the law. Historical and constitutional context. John Locke defined it as being at the mercy of another's arbitrary will, which is inherently incompatible with a society governed by the rule of law. Theological context. Protestantism. It can signify the discretionary authority of a creator to shape materials according to personal choice without needing external justification. View-related links. Characteristics of arbitrary governance. Lack of predictability. Decisions are inconsistent and cannot be anticipated because they do not follow stable public rules. Lack of accountability. The wielder of power is not answerable to the people or a higher legal authority. Unreasoned action. The exercise of power lacks a logical basis or due process, often described as rule by the mere will of the rulers. View-related links. Ask anything. More input options.
This is give some historical examples of arbitrary power.
Some historical examples of arbitrary power.
Oh.
Monarchical absolutism.
Really? You gonna keep stopping?
In absolute monarchies, rulers often wielded power based on personal will or divine right, rather than established legal frameworks. View-related links.
Ain't that fun? What the? Bro.
King Henry VIII of England, Tudor dynasty. Henry VIII famously used bills of attainder to execute political and personal rivals, including wives Anne Boleyn and Catherine Howard, often without producing evidence of their alleged crimes. He also established himself as the supreme head of the Church of England, centralizing both spiritual and temporal power to suit his personal and political desires.
Personal and political desires. Desire, fire and desire, baby. I was cold as ice long ago, baby.
The Ottoman Empire. Sultans held absolute authority over the state, often referred to as the shadow of God on earth, exercising power through heavenly mandates that placed them above conventional human law.
I was cold as ice long ago, baby.
Imperial China. Various emperors throughout history governed via the mandate of heaven, which granted them unchecked power as long as they maintained the favor line. View-related links.
Oh my God. It's ridiculous. Good.
Modern dictatorship and authoritarianism. Totalitarian and dictatorial regimes in the 20th and 21st centuries exemplify arbitrary power through the systematic removal of legal and social constraints.
My first love, my first love, and my only love. Oh, for the rest of my life. So instead of buying stuff from the store and making whole food, right? And I tried like the purple yam mochi type stuff like a few years ago up in San Francisco area. And I just bought some. And it's so amazingly just naturally sweet, bro. I'm in love and the shit is purple, bro. I've lost my mind just now.
Nazi Germany. Under the Führer principle, decisions made by Adolf Hitler became law. The regime dissolved the separation of powers and used the police, SS and Gestapo, to exercise arbitrary force against political enemies and non-Aryans based on racial ideology rather than legal norms.
Rather than neo-Nazi, Nazi Germany, it says. Y'all need to understand what the fuck is going on right now.
Saddam Hussein's Iraq. The regime used fear, intimidation, and absolute authority, passing formal judicial processes to maintain control. Antonio de Oliveira Salazar's Portugal. During the Estado Novo period, Salazar used censorship and the PETA secret police to arbitrarily quell political opposition, including the assassination of rivals who challenged the regime. Modern China, 2025 reports, international commissions have identified ongoing issues with rule of law in China, noting arbitrary detention and exit bans used by the Chinese Communist Party as tools of state control. View related links. Executive actions in democracies.
In democracy. This is the democracy. Not that because it's not funny, but I was just thinking about Rush Hour. Was it Rush Hour 2 or 3?
Even within constitutional frameworks, arbitrary power expanded or legal checks are bypassed. View related links.
Hey, 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 hey.
Executive Order 9066, U.S., 1942, President Franklin D. Roosevelt authorized the forced removal of 120,000 Japanese Americans from the West Coast. This is often cited as a historical example of arbitrary power because it targeted a specific group without individual due process or evidence of sabotage.
Sound familiar? Sound familiar to anyone? Does it sound familiar? I remember.
Suspension of habeas corpus, U.S. Civil War. President Abraham Lincoln suspended the writ of habeas corpus, leading to thousands of arbitrary arrests of civilians suspected of aiding the Confederacy.
Pains the house, no stranger to you and me. I can feel it coming in the air all night. Oh no. Damn.
Post 9/11 national security powers. Critics point to warrantless wiretapping and the reauthorization of the Patriot Act as instances where the U.S. government expanded its surveillance powers in ways that bypassed traditional constitutional constraints. View related links.
Yep, and they did it to everybody. No one's exempt. Let me unplug this so I can. Do what I'm trying to do over here.
Share.
And That's when they went and got into everybody's emails. Trifling ass motherfuckers. Like, bro, did they not think that people would not retaliate? Fucking idiots, bro. Oh, we'll hold you in contempt.
What are some other historical examples of arbitrary power? How do bills of attainder subvert the rule of law? What are the checks and balances in absolute monarchies?
Shall we? We'll go back up to that other one. If I hit the right one, let's just say that. First and foremost, ooh, it is tender and it is purple. Look, I'll be doing stuff and then I'll be taking so long. I'll be like, ooh, why did I take so long to do this? This is absolutely delicious. No, delicioso. Oh.
What are the checks and balances in absolute monarchies? There are typically no formal constitutional checks and balances, as supreme authority over the legislature, judiciary, and executive branches is centralized in the monarch. However, in practice, historical absolute monarchs faced several that prevented their power from being truly infinite. De facto checks on absolute power. View related links. Most absolute monarchs ruled by divine right, which also obligated them to follow God's laws and moral principles. Acting too far outside these norms could lead to a loss of legitimacy or condemnation by religious authorities. Fundamental and customary laws. Long-standing traditions, such as rules of succession, e.g., Salic law in France, or local privileges, were often seen as fundamental laws that even a king could not easily overturn without risking instability. While monarchs like Louis XIV worked to reduce noble influence, they still relied on the aristocracy to serve as military officers, administrators, and local governors. Displeasing the entire noble class could lead to coups or civil unrest. To rule effectively, monarchs needed a vast bureaucracy. These officials and regional bodies, like the parliaments in France, often acted as a check by delaying or complicating the implementation of royal edicts. Ask anything. In France, often acted as a check by delaying or complicating the implementation of royal edicts. Financial constraints. Even absolute rulers needed money for wars and state projects. They were often forced to negotiate with wealthy elites, merchants, or traditional tax-granting bodies when treasury funds ran low. Risk of revolution. The ultimate check was the threat of popular or military uprising. Rulers who exercised their power often faced violent removal, as seen in the cases of Charles I or Tsar Nicholas II. Modern exceptions. In rare modern cases, some absolute monarchies have introduced specific formal mechanisms. For example, Liechtenstein has a revocatory referendum that allows citizens to vote to oust the monarch, though this power has not been exercised. Share. Positive feedback, negative feedback. Undefined. 9 sites. Absolute monarchy KM 1103 AGP4, pptx, Cliffs Notes. Absolute monarchy KAM 1103 AGP4, pptx, Cliffs Notes. Asterisk introduction of absolute monarchy hollow bullet. Absolute power is vested in a hereditary ruler, typically a king or queen. Hollow bullet the Mona. Cliff's notes about this result. Ask anything.
Uh-oh. Well, I need to. Uh-oh. It was not supposed to happen, but it happened. Okay, it's gonna stay there. Ooh, and it's sticky. I don't need to add no sugar. It's sweet. When I say it's sweet, look at this. Look at this. Purple, yeah. It's white and purple, but ultimately when you cook it, it turns this color, all purple. I let it boil for almost 2 hours. Don't ask me what I'm doing because I really don't know. So, all butchery. Can we go back to see absolute? What is arbitrary world of arbitrary power? Did it go all the way back to the backpack? It did. Oh, you funky bastard. Ooh, I hate it when it happens. Gotta dig a little deeper. Let's see. Let's see. Control base. Wait, what? Okay. Give some historical examples. We just went over that. What? How is a arbitrary power linked to Tartarian? What's the difference between, let's see, I think this is the one I wanted to go over that we didn't go over today. No farts today, sir. How about you? You know I'm lying.
What's the difference between procedural and
There's no way I'm holding shit in.
substantive definitions of arbitrary power? The distinction between procedural and substantive definitions of arbitrary power centers on a decision is made versus what the decision actually is. While
Hit
both
that
aim
like
to limit the
button.
unconstrained exercise of authority, they focus on different points of the decision-making process. 1. Procedural definition, the process. The procedural view defines power as arbitrary if it is exercised without following established, predictable, and fair steps. View-related links. Adherence to the rules of the game. Power is arbitrary if there is a lack of notice, no opportunity for a hearing, or a failure to provide a neutral decision maker. Accountability through transparency. If they followed every legal step, e.g., notice and comment periods, they have met the procedural requirement for non-arbitrariness. An agency decision is arbitrary if it skips a required public consultation, regardless of whether the final decision itself is good or bad. Ask anything.
I want to make something. Don't know what I want to make. good. Smells so good. I want some purple carrots. They are so hard to find. There's another video I wanted to go over. Oh, I can find it. Right in here. Yes, I can. The hell? Did it go? Let me see. Oh yeah, it did go. It did go. I'm sure. I said this is very interesting. Oh, it was the CIA. That's what it was. Hold on, back up. It was the CIA. Did nobody do that? Oh my freaking goodness. Yo, this is why I hate kind of like, I don't know why let me see, can I use this here? I want to touch, I want my fingertips now. Just a tight enough. She could be like everyone, but I'm not just anyone. It's a really good one. I'm gonna stop this one. We're gonna start another one. Love yourself. Never give up because it's too easy.